What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Yapping in the Morning. My name is Dustin. Today, I want to talk about the most likely 0 to hero contenders for each of the NFL divisions. So, now we're not going to talk about all of them, obviously, because obviously a lot of them aren't going to change. We will talk about every 0 in each of the divisions. Let's just go ahead and start out with the AFC East. The Patriots took last place. In my opinion, they're not even the real zeros in this division right now. I think the Jets are the real zeros in this division. But the Patriots, in my opinion, do have a very good chance to become the heroes in this division. They went out of their way in the offseason. They really built up their roster. If you guys watched my last episode about division winners, you guys know that I am really high on the Patriots. I think they had a phenomenal offseason. I think going out, hiring Mike Vrabel to coach up this young Drake May and just absolutely did all they could to build around him and to see him succeed as a quarterback. It's what you want to see. It's what you want to see out of a GM. It's what you want to see out of an organization to really build around a quarterback. I know what it's like to watch a quarterback just get absolutely thrown to the wolves for 6 years straight. Now, I'm not saying it was all Daniel Jones' fault, but I digress. That isn't the point. All right. So, yes, I really do like the Patriots becoming heroes in this AFC East. I think that they are going to be one that could likely get it done. Now, let's talk about the AFC West. The Raiders went 4-13. Everyone else in their division went 10-plus wins. I don't see the Raiders. The Raiders might win 4 games again. They're probably going to go 0-6 in the division. I don't really see them competing with the defense of the Broncos, the offense of the Chargers, or just the all-around fucking shit brick house that is the Chiefs. The Raiders are probably going to stay another team of zeros. I know a lot of people are hating on the Broncos, saying that they overachieved with their team, but they only got better in the offseason. So the 10 wins is something you can look that they're going to build on. I think the Broncos probably win 12, 13 games next year. Go ahead and put that down. That might be a bad call. Whatever. I don't really care. I think the Raiders stay zeros. That's just my opinion, man. That's it. All right. So the AFC North, we have the Browns. Again, I think we got to say they stay zeros. I really think it's going to be interesting to see how they go about their quarterback situation. I do think if I was the head guy in that situation, I would definitely probably start Shadir. Big name value. He's going to fill seats. He's going to sell jerseys. He's not a bad quarterback. So that's one thing that got kind of misstrued throughout the whole draft process, that he's a bad quarterback. No, I think he rubbed a couple owners the wrong way, and it really tanked his draft stock. So not everybody's going to draft like a starting caliber quarterback to be a backup, because that kind of just causes turmoil. So anybody that was in the market for a backup quarterback is obviously not going to draft Shadir. That's why Shadir fell all the way to the 5th round. The Browns got him for cheap. The Browns were probably going to take him at 2. The fact that they didn't end up taking him at 2 and they traded back, they got first-round picks. I think the Browns are set up in a good situation. I really want to see them start Shadir Sanders. I think that's going to be their best path forward. I know a lot of Browns fans are calling for starting Joe Flacco. I know you guys loved that little run that you guys went on. Let's be realistic here, man. Let's look to the future. Shadir Sanders is a good quarterback. Is he a spectacle? Yes. Is he going to cause a whole lot of ruckus? Yes. Take it, man. You're fucking Cleveland, dude. Like, have some fun with it, dude. Why not, dude? You're Cleveland. Have some fun with it. I mean, come on. AFC South, I think there's 2 big losers in this division, but the obvious pick is the Titans at 3-14. They are the biggest losers, and I do think that the AFC South is very wide open. I think it's a competitive division. The Texans won it last year at 10-7. The Colts were also competitive. I don't really love their quarterback situation right now, so I think the Jaguars and the Titans will be able to fight for this division. And the Titans are a good roster. I don't think that they got worse by any means. I think they only built up. They have a better quarterback situation in Cam Ward. I think Cam Ward is probably 3 or 4 times the quarterback that Will Levis was. And I was a Will Levis fan. I think he was a starting caliber quarterback. He just kind of sucked. He just didn't make the greatest decisions. He was athletic. He had an arm. He just kind of sucked. That's just that. It is what it is. Some guys pan out like that. But I think Cam Ward, athletic, has an arm, doesn't suck. He's calm in the pocket. He's cool and collected. That's what you want out of a starting quarterback, man. And I think that's what the Titans need. I think the Titans kind of ran around last year like the like the building was on fire, man. So having a guy like Cam Ward that just kind of walks in the building, even if it's on fire, and these guys like, man, guys, calm down. And then he slings a 30-yard slant across the fucking field. Tud. All right. So yes, I think the Titans can be winners. I think they can go from zeros to heroes here because the AFC South is just a very wide open division. And yeah, let me know what you guys think about that. That might be a little bit controversial. I think that it can be done. I don't think that the AFC South is on locks by any means. I'm going to save the NFC East for last just because obviously I'm a big Giants fan and I might go on a tangent there. So I don't want to bore out the middle of this video with just me going on a rant. NFC West, also a place where a team can go from zeros to heroes. The 49ers went 6-11. Obviously, they were plagued with injuries all season long. They got everyone coming back healthy. They paid who they wanted. They lost a couple key pieces on defense, but they went out. They went in the draft. They got Will Johnson. I think he's a great corner from Michigan. I was very high on him, so that was a great pickup. I think that whatever they're doing, they're building around Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy did take a massive contract, and it's probably going to hurt the team in the long run. I might have to eat my words there. But I also think the NFC West is a very wide open division. The Seahawks and the Rams both led it at 10 wins, but the Rams had a better record in the division. I'm not sure how that broke down, but they had a better record in the division. So the Rams won it. And I do think that the Rams could probably repeat here. I do like the Rams are my favorite to win this division. But if there is an opportunity for a team to go from zeros to heroes, it's definitely the 49ers. I think it can be done. Let's go to the NFC North. I think the Lions are still locked to win this one. I do think the Bears did a very good job of building around Caleb Williams. But it's gonna be tough, dude. All right, you had a 15-win team. You had a 14-win team. You had the 11-win Packers who had a hurt Jordan Love for like 3 or 4, maybe even 5 games. So it's not like you can just look at those numbers and be like, oh, yeah, well, we can compete there. It's going to be tough. I do like the Bears. I'm not going to shit on the Bears here. And I'm not saying you guys are zeros by any means. I just think in the division of zeros to heroes, you're going to be in the basement of the NFC North. I think that maybe you can compete with the Packers or the Vikings for like the third spot. I do think that the Vikings might struggle a little bit. Just kind of get J.J. McCarthy's feet wet in the division. It's not an easy division, man. The NFC North it's a bloodbath. Every single game you step out there. And the Bears hate the Packers. The Packers hate the Vikings. The Lions hate the Bears. The Bears hate the Packers. You know, it's a fucking war zone out there. So obviously it's not going to be easy for a rookie quarterback. Yes, second-year quarterback. He's still a rookie because this is the first season playing. It's going to be tough, and it's going to be an adjustment. We've seen what happened with Caleb Williams last year. Those divisional games are tough, and they're going to mean a lot in the standings for the NFC North. So I think the Bears stay zeros in the NFC North. Going on to the NFC South, we had a tie for last place, but it came down to division record again. The Saints and the Panthers. I think the Saints are going to be the zeros. I think the Panthers can be, since we can call them half zeros there, the Panthers might have a chance, dude. I just went on a little tangent on my last division winners. I think they've done a great job in this offseason. I think it's really going to be an interesting look to see if Bryce Young can really step up in his third year. They got him another weapon in Teteroa McMillan. I think they kind of went out and beefed up that defense as well. I cannot put my finger on exactly what they did to the defense. I think they went out and signed Hunter Renfrow. They got him a nice offense brewing. It's time. All right, let's see what you have, Bryce Young. I don't think that they're a good enough team yet to compete with the Buccaneers or the Falcons. I just think that the Falcons and the Bucs are way more polished rosters right now. But I do think that the Panthers can be interesting, and I do think that all three of them are going to put the absolute belt to the Saints' ass. I'm not sure what the Saints are going to do at QB, if we're being completely honest. They have to start Tyler Shugg, Louisville quarterback rookie. They drafted him in the second round, I believe. It's going to be tough. I wasn't big on Tyler Shugg coming out of college, but a lot of people were. A lot of analysts were. They say a lot of nice things on him, Saints. It sounds like you guys have a guy that you can look on, but they didn't want him to start. They still thought they were probably getting Derek Carr for a little bit. I don't know if the drafting the QB in the second round rubbed him the wrong way, and he's like, you know what? I'm going to take a step away from football. but that it happens. So that's who they're stuck with. I wouldn't even mind maybe starting Taysom Hill, seeing if you can't get a little read option offense going with Alvin Kamara. Just seeing what happens there. Lastly, NFC East, the Giants were the zeros going 3-14. That team sucked, but you got to look at their quarterback situation, man. They had Daniel Jones, they had Drew Lock, they had Tim Boyle going, they had Tommy DeVito, 4 absolutely bottom fucking 40 quarterbacks. Daniel Jones maybe top 25. I'd give him 25 last year. He just you can't look at that team and be like, oh yeah, they were just horrible. They were always in football games. And it just seemed like they just couldn't win because they were completely limited on offense, on what they could do. They couldn't really throw the ball because they didn't have a quarterback to sling the rock. The defense did all they could, and the defense only got better. The defense added Paulson Adebo, CB1. The draft we went through and got Abdul Carter, the best probably defensive player in the draft. And then they beefed up the Darius Alexander. They got him on the D-line. I'm really excited to see what the Giants do, man. We got Russell Wilson and then drafted Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart's probably not going to see the field. I don't think that the Giants are even competing for winning the division. I'm not going to say that. But I don't think the Giants take last. I think that there's going to be just a whole... The NFC East is going to be interesting, man. I said that the Commanders are probably going to win it just because that the NFC East is a curse. No team can win back-to-back seasons. But I think it's going to be interesting. I don't think they take last. I think they go from zeros to mid. At least third. I think they get out of the basement with this one. Go ahead and let me know in the comments what you guys think. Tell me who the zeros you guys think could be heroes. And definitely tell me if you think I'm wrong about any of these zeros that I said could be heroes. I'm always open to talk ball. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you enjoyed, drop a like, and we will see you guys next time.